Every now and then you come across an idea so simple, so sensible, and so obviously good that you find yourself asking the same question over and over. Why does the whole world not already do this? Singapore homes are absolutely full of ideas like that. Born out of a hot climate, tiny spaces, and a culture that prizes practicality above all, these small inventions and habits quietly solve problems that people everywhere else still struggle with every day. And the truly remarkable thing is that almost none of them would be difficult to copy. Today, I want to share 16 Singapore ideas that are so smart they genuinely should be global. By the end, I suspect you will want at least a few of them in your own home. These are the kinds of solutions that, once you understand them, you can never quite unsee. So let us begin. Number 1. The handheld bidet spray. Beside nearly every toilet in the country hangs a small, simple spray hose, and once you have lived with one, it is almost impossible to go back. It is more hygienic, it is gentler, and over a single year, it saves a remarkable amount of paper and money. It costs very little to install, it works with any existing toilet, and it would reduce waste in millions of bathrooms overnight. There is simply no good reason this is not standard everywhere on Earth, and yet most of the world has never even tried it. Plumbers could fit one in an afternoon, and the savings would begin the very same day. Number 2. The rubbish chute on every floor. Just steps from the front door sits a small hatch that drops your waste straight down to a collection point far below. No bins lingering in the home, no smell building up, no hauling heavy bags out to the street in the rain. It is such a small piece of design built right into the structure of the building, and yet it removes one of the most tedious chores of daily life. Imagine if every apartment block in the world were built this way from the start. Number 3. Covered walkways linking everything. Sheltered paths connect the homes to the shops, the buses, and the trains, so a sudden downpour or a blazing sun never ruins the journey. You can walk for 10 minutes through the heaviest storm and arrive barely touched by a drop. In a world where most people dash between buildings getting soaked or scorched, this simple network of roofs over the footpaths feels like a quiet miracle, and it would transform cities everywhere if they only built it. Number 4. The communal void deck. The entire ground floor of each residential block is left open and sheltered, a shared space for weddings, funerals, children at play, and elderly neighbors resting in the shade. It belongs to everyone and costs nothing to use, and it quietly knits a tall, dense neighborhood into a real community. So many cities pile people into towers and then wonder why everyone feels isolated. This one idea, an open and welcoming ground floor, answers that problem beautifully. Number 5. Drying clothes in the sun. Instead of a noisy machine that swallows electricity, clothes here dry on poles in the warm breeze, completely for free. It is gentler on the fabric, it is kinder to the planet, and it is powered by nothing but the sun and the wind. Many places have even banned outdoor drying for the sake of appearances, which is a genuine shame because this is one of the easiest ways imaginable to cut both bills and emissions in any sunny climate. Number 6. The metal gate in front of the door. Behind a solid main door sits a second, open grill gate, and the combination is pure genius. The family can leave the wooden door wide open all day for a cool, natural draft, while the locked gate keeps the home perfectly secure. It gives you fresh air and safety at the very same time, instead of forcing you to choose between them. Homes the world over keep their doors sealed shut for security, missing out on free ventilation that this simple second gate would unlock. Number 7. The wet room bathroom. There is no separate shower cubicle here. The entire floor slopes gently towards a single drain, so water runs away on its own wherever it lands. You can shower, wash, and clean the whole room with a hose, and everything simply flows to one point. It makes cleaning effortless, it prevents puddles, and it means even a tiny bathroom never feels cramped by a bulky glass box. It is cheaper to build and easier to live with, and it should be far more common everywhere. Number 8. Cooling the room, not the whole house. Rather than chilling every empty room around the clock, families here cool only the space they are actually in and only when they need it. The comfort is identical, but the waste and the bill are a fraction of the size. It is such an obvious way to save energy, and yet so much of the world still pays to climate control entire empty homes day and night. A simple change of habit could save a fortune and a great deal of power everywhere. If these ideas are striking a chord with you, please take a moment to subscribe, because the second half of this list is full of solutions the whole world could use. Number 9. The wet and dry kitchen. Heavy cooking, with its strong smells, splattering oil, and high heat, happens in one enclosed space, while a tidy outer counter handles drinks and light tasks. The grease and the lingering aromas stay sealed where they belong, and the rest of the home stays fresh and ready for guests. Anyone who has filled their whole house with the smell of last night's dinner would understand instantly why this clever split deserves to spread far beyond this little island. Number 10. The built-in household storeroom. Every modern flat includes a small, thick-walled room, and families turn it into the most useful storage in the home. Bulk groceries, tools, luggage, and seasonal clutter all vanish inside, leaving the rest of the home open and uncluttered. So many homes everywhere are crowded simply because they have nowhere to hide the necessary clutter of life. A single dedicated storeroom, built in from the start, would quietly fix that for millions of families. Number 11. The reusable tiffin carrier. These stacked metal tins lock together into one neat tower that carries a full multi-dish meal at once, keeps it warm, and lasts for decades. Long before the world began worrying about single-use plastic, families here had already perfected the zero-waste lunchbox. In an age drowning in disposable packaging, this elegant, durable, generations-old solution is exactly the kind of thing the whole world should be rushing to bring back. Number 12. The instant water heater. Mounted on the bathroom wall, it heats water only at the very moment the tap turns on, with no great tank quietly storing and reheating water all day long. It saves space, it saves a surprising amount of energy over a year, and the hot water can never run out halfway through a shower. The idea of keeping a huge tank of water hot around the clock, just in case, starts to look genuinely wasteful once you have seen the simpler way. Number 13. Ceiling fans as the default. Before anyone reaches for expensive air conditioning, the first answer to the heat here is a quiet ceiling fan that costs almost nothing to run. It keeps the air moving and the body comfortable through the hottest afternoon, and it makes a real difference for a tiny fraction of the energy. So much of the world jumps straight to power-hungry climate control, when a simple fan would do most of the job, far more cheaply and far more gently, and only reaching for more when the fan alone is no longer enough. Number 14. Windows that stay safely open. With sturdy grills fitted over them, windows here can be thrown wide open day and night without any worry at all, even high up in a tower, and even with young children at home. The fresh air flows freely while everyone stays safe. In countless homes elsewhere, an open window feels like a risk, so they stay shut and the air grows stale. This simple fixture would let homes everywhere breathe freely and safely. Number 15. Taking humidity seriously. Rather than ignoring damp until mold appears on the walls, homes here run dehumidifiers and tuck small moisture absorbers into every cupboard, protecting clothes, furniture, and documents all year round. It is a quiet, preventative habit that saves a great deal of money and misery anywhere with a damp climate, and that is a great many places would benefit enormously from treating moisture as the serious, manageable problem it truly is. Number 16. Affordable cooked food just downstairs. A hot, freshly made meal is almost always a short walk or a lift ride away, sold cheaply at a nearby food center or coffee shop. It means people barely need to cook a big meal at home, which frees up time, energy, and a tiny kitchen all at once. The idea that good, affordable food should be available to everyone, right on their doorstep, is one the whole world could learn a great deal from. When eating well does not depend on having the time or space to cook, daily life becomes a great deal kinder for everyone. So there you have it, 16 Singapore ideas, so smart they really should be global. And what unites every one of them is that they are not expensive, they're not complicated, and they are not out of reach. They're simply the result of people thinking carefully about how they actually live, and then refusing to accept the small daily frustrations that the rest of us have learned to ignore. That is the real takeaway here. The best ideas are often the simplest ones, hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone to notice them and carry them somewhere new. So tell me down in the comments which of these you think your own country should adopt first, and which one you would install in your home tomorrow if you could. I read every single comment, and I genuinely love hearing your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. Take good care of yourself,